Hello everyone, how is your day so far? Hey, why isn't the music playing? Something's going on. Oh, I see what's going on. Before I blast your eardrums, I muted the tab. You gotta love that. And you gotta love it when the computer wants to verify you every single day that you log into YouTube. I think they just don't want me to go on YouTube. Maybe that's it. What do you think? All right. So bear with me 2 seconds. 2 seconds. We are going to talk about the market, talk about where we could be going, talk about where we've been. Today at 2 o'clock is going to be influential. Why? We have FOMC minutes this afternoon at 2 o'clock. So that can play a role in, there we go. That can definitely play a role in the direction that we could go. We also have the upcoming vote, right? We have the vote for the, hey Troy, hi David. All right, boom. I think I'm all set up. I got the chat ready. I'm ready. Let's get the screen ready. Hello, I put myself down in the Capitol because we have the vote happening today for the new speaker. Electing a new speaker. How is it going to happen? Well, first of all, they had Republican Patrick McHenry has been serving in temporary speaker mode. They met this morning on a speaker candidate, and it's done by secret ballot. Why is it so secret? Why can't it be public? The original one was public, right? So they're proposing Chip Roy and Brian Fitzpatrick. So we will see how much this will influence the market. But right now they can't really pass anything until they have a speaker. So I'd seen some information they were going to send a bill to give $2 billion to Israel. But how are they going to do that if we don't have a Speaker of the House? They can't. In my opinion, they can't. Okay. Trading halts. I was looking at something. There was one called HOLI today. We will see. It might have a move up to 22. So today, FOMC minutes, 2 p.m., right? I like to go back in time. So here's what it looks like right now. This is a 45-minute chart. If we go back in time to the 20th of September, I was looking at it earlier, you can see, boom. Let's go to the 20th of September. What happened? Well, we were up, down, bounce, right? And then a melt. So what was the measured move from our high down to close? So close would be right here, 1.31, right? So does this look similar to today? Let's see. Oh, that looks quite similar, doesn't it? So maybe we're going to have a bounce up to 435.50, and then we're going to have a move down. So that was, what was it, 1.5? 1.3? I forgot. We're going to have to go back. I'm going to write it down. Easiest way to do it. Should have written it down the first time. All right, so projected move. This is I'm gonna say my projected move is down 1.3 1.31%. 1.31%. At the time, it was $5.81, right? Okay, let's go to today. And let's measure it from our high of the candlestick, 1.31, 430.17. I'm going to put that as my target for close. Could be totally off. If I am, hey, it's the market. The market does what it wants to do. But it's also almost down here at the 200, 161 exponential moving average. And you might go, Jane, what are these yellow lines and these red lines? Okay, so you guys know I use the anchored volume point of control. So I went back to see at what point does it flip from being down below to up above. So I tested, this is last Thursday. If we go to open of last Friday, oh, interesting. Open of last Friday, it's still there too. Put it here. It's the Tuesday of last week. Let's bring it all the way there. Tuesday of last week, it's down at 421. So let's bring it forward. Open of Wednesday, and it's up there, right? So now we are seeing almost all the volume from the low. So from the big break up move, more volume is up here. So right now that's leading me to believe we're going to see similar move from last September 20th, from the last FOMC meeting. Hey, Terry. So right now looking at that, my target, I even have my alert down there, crossing down 430.50. That's what I am looking at for today's price action. I don't care what's going on in the news, but I'm looking at the volume. I'm looking at the price action. The price pays, as my friend Brian Shannon says. It's true. Price action pays. Just go like this. Who cares what's going on in the news? I mean, obviously, if you live in Israel or if you know someone that's there, of course that can affect you. As far as the stock market, pay attention to what's going on to the price, right? My condolences to anybody that had any loss with the activity over there. I know it's very difficult. As traders, we have to put on blinders sometimes and pay attention to the price action, right? It doesn't matter what they're saying in the news, but what does make a difference is where are we in relation to that big volume. You guys can see it right here. It's roughly 434.88. 434.94 is from today. So if we continue this pattern, maybe we'll hit 433. We'll come on down, test the 432.30 area, 432, 431.37, and maybe bring it all the way back down here. So that's what I'm looking at into the afternoon. As far as the Qs today, they haven't really moved one way or the other. Let's put it back. Hold on. Let me put this on a 2. Let me get rid of some stuff over here, clean it up so you guys can see it more easily. Boom. All right. So I do have some points of control on here too. Tesla between now and FOMC. Yeah, we're going to look at it. It's on the list, David. You got it. All right. So the Qs today, I like looking at the 45-minute chart. It gets rid of all the noise of a smaller one, even if we do it on 5-minute. Right, 5-minute for, oh, I'm wondering why. I was like, why is it showing me different prices? There we go. Done. So Qs have not really broken out. They had a little bit of an upward move earlier, 371. It looks like they sold there. Point of control now, 369.91 for the intraday move. Let's look at the Russell. We'll go over the indexes first because they're here. Russell is looking the weakest, right? Down below 175.72. I said that's a potential short this morning. Sure enough, it paid off with a nice little short. Dow Jones, DIA below 337.50. Looks like we hit that 33 exponential. And where are we going from here? Maybe we're coming back down to 336.50 right there. All right, let's look at Tesla. David and Terry love Tesla too. So right now on the 15-minute chart, we are hitting the 161 exponential. If I was short, I would say, ooh, this might be a nice place to take partial profit. If it goes back up above 262.80, I will exit. If it goes below, my next target would be down here at 261.17. Bigger picture, looks like we could come down to 260.44. So I don't know how long term, right, David? How long term you're looking at it. If we were to look at the bigger picture, even the 24-hour, potentially down to 260.84 right there, the 4. If it were to drop, watch the tops of these candles, 259.50, and below that 258.86 down to 258.60. All right, so that's what I'd be looking at Tesla, and there you go. Look at how it is melting away. Our point of control is up above us here at 264.85, so they have been selling. PXD was active this morning. I believe they got an upgrade from JP Morgan. Was that it? Pioneers, Exxon, Pioneers deal home run for Exxon, right? Well, it looks like they sold PD this morning, brought it back down, gapped it higher, sold, and brought it down. Now the point of control is hanging out. If we go just from open, right? If we go from open, they sold, bought, and right now we're hanging out right here. So as long as it stays above 239.98, looks like they were buying. Next potential test, 240.68. All right, let's look at CSX, Canadian Railroads. Canadian Railroad gap, and you know what? They kicked the bucket, right? So, let me just put on here what I've talked about. Let's see. FOMC, SPY, oops, not PSI. SPY, Tesla. There we go. Yeah, my pleasure, Troy. My pleasure. All right, so CSX had a nice meltdown as well. Oh, I wanted to show you this one. Crazy volume, very low float, caution. Had a crazy, really large volume here at 22, right? So it says it went all the way to 22, but who knows, right? Maybe it's going to go up there and it's going to squeeze all the shorts out of this. Let's go for fun over here, and let's just see, just for fun, what is the short float on this? All right, ooh, look at that, last 5 days, 68% short. 68% short the last 5 days. I wonder if that was a forced close. But look, here's what's interesting. You see this has 2 million. This is a trading view chart, right? Right here. When do you ever see that it has had 2 million before? Okay, back here. And the high of this was 2043. Well, we're above that. Volume there was 7.93 million. So keep your eye on this one. Either going to go up crazy, right? Or is going to crash. One of two. So if we go based on looking at where we go from here, if we go up higher, right? Oh, look, point of control just came up to 217. Excuse me, 21.17. We'll go from here. 21.17. So maybe they are shorting it. We shall see. Don't know, right? But crazy, crazy wick and crazy, crazy volume. So you could watch it. You could see. They did have this press release 6 days ago. So 6 days ago would put it, that was the 2nd, which is where this move started to happen. But that was still lower volume. That was only 1 million volume that day. So maybe those people flipped their position. Just saying. Don't know. Anyways, thought that was interesting. Thought I would share. Okay, let's look at Novo. So 2 weeks ago, Novo Nordisk was on the cover of Barron's. Everybody says, Jane, why do you look at Barron's? Well, Novo and Eli Lilly were on the cover. Novo, Lilly. They're both breaking out now. That's why I look at the cover. I will look and I will do the measured move. Hey, if we go above this level, if we go below this level, and potential trades accordingly, right? 2 weeks ago, we were here and it dropped. Potentially they bought and then they are taking it to new highs. So Novo today was on the active list this morning. It's knowing what I knew from before, and knowing that it had hit above my breakout level on the longer term, I thought, well, this is perfect, right? Potential long trade there. So nice move to the upside. And we have made, look at that. Well, off of 96.60, $2.20, right? That's a nice potential trade. Novartis as well, on the cover of Barron's. Let's just go look at it. I'll just show you guys. Barron's magazine archives. Oops, right here. I go here and boom. So every morning, 8:15, got a couple people here that do join me every morning. I will analyze this on Monday mornings. It comes out on Saturdays. And what does this look like to you? Does this look like a stock chart going up? Sure does to me. And it says weight loss drugs aren't the only big deal. So maybe there's other ones, right? Well, we're seeing Novartis, Eli Lilly, Novo. Let's go back here, right here. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to do this. The injectables, Novo Nordisk and Eli Lilly. And now we're seeing that they're moving higher. So I will watch the ones that are on the cover, but I won't just blindly go, boom, I'm going to get into this, right? But I'll watch and see, hey, they're talking about it. They took it down and then they took it up. Why would they take it down? Well, they want to be greedy and get more shares, right? So if you just follow them, you can follow them nicely, right? So Novartis came up today. Not really that great of a trade. That's all right. There are other options, right? So XOM today, ooh, melt. Somebody put the salt on that ice and it broke through and it melted down to 105 today, right? 106.50, $1.50. That's a nice move to the downside right there. How about NOG, right? NOG today had this crazy spike to the upside, and abnormal to see this pre-market volume. Did have a lot of volume going on this morning, so I thought, hey, let me put it on. Up above 39.92, just a little move up, not that much, 30 cents. But it did test that lower level, so maybe they're positioning, we are up above that 38.85, maybe they're going to take it higher here. It did have a bigger move yesterday. They sold at 40.81. We look forward to today, 38.85. We are above. We are hanging around that point of control from the pre-market action. So looking to see if it's able to close higher and fill the gap all the way up here. All right, let's look at Apple. If you guys are new, hit the like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and put in the chat what you'd like to see me talk about as far as stocks or anything like that. I will be happy to give you my opinion. Full disclaimer, I am not a licensed financial advisor. I did have my Series 7 back in 2000, but it is not current. So this is all my personal opinion. All right, so here we have Apple. It looks almost like an inverted head and shoulders, testing the neckline right here at roughly 179. We did hit 179.32 today, and it pulled back, and we have gone a bit sideways. Seems like maybe they're positioning for a bigger move. If you go back to the beginning of the recording, you will see that I did talk about the SPY, where I think we're going today. I think we're moving down to 430.17 for close. So don't be surprised if we see a bigger move down on the way today. All right. So Apple, if we go up above 178.92, let's move it on up here to 179 for the end of the day. You can see that's really the neckline test. If we were to pull back, maybe it's going to pull back to this 174 area and then retrace back up again. That would be a completed inverted head and shoulders. if it drops below 174, that head and shoulders is nullified and it would be in a bearish motion, and I watch for a test down here at 170. All right, Oxy, let's check out Oxy. Oil stocks getting pummeled today. Coming down though, here we did test the moving averages on the 24-hour chart, and we will see a little bit of volume came in. We do have the volume down here at 63.13, right? So looking at that, are we going to see this reclaim the highs? Overall, on the weekly chart, all of these oil stocks on the weekly are in this downward trend, right? You can see it's got a downward wedge formed there. Also, XOM has a bit of a, well, this is range bound. It's going between 100 to 119. Gains 19%, then they take it back down. Then it gains 19%, and then they take it back down. So looking at that pattern, I'd look for XOM to hit 100. All right, let's look at Annette. Take it off the weekly here. I did do a downward trend there on the weekly, and look at that. Wow. Beautiful short on Annette today, coming off of 190.50. Looks like they did sell more at 187.75, and we are testing the lows of today. So look to see if this goes lower. We are testing the 33 exponential over here. Maybe we're going to come down to 185.50, maybe down to 184. All right, do you all have anything that you would like to check out? Otherwise, keep your eyes peeled for 2 o'clock. The market could get volatile. We are due to have those, we are due to have the FOMC minutes coming out. Right now, we are on our way down to that 430 level, but that could definitely change. Everything could change coming at 2 o'clock today. So be aware. We are in a bit of a downward trend here. I also like to look at it on a 90-minute chart and also a 3-hour chart. So 90 minutes, we might find a bit of support over here. The high of this one is 433.65. Yeah, we're hanging out around there, testing it. If we go below that, maybe on down to 433.20. Let's see where we go from here. All right, thank you all for watching. As always, reach out if you all have any questions. I am on Twitter and on Instagram. I am not on Facebook. I will not solicit anybody for money. All right, Troy has a question on IMVT. Oops, I missed it. IMVT. Are we looking intraday trade, Troy, or are we looking at longer term? Looks like, look at that, how maybe it'll come down to 36.88 right there. So maybe it'll come on down to test down here at 36.88. Right now, for the point of control, we're looking at 37.20. Let's put this on a 24-hour chart. Yeah, it's getting stuck around that 436.07. Bigger picture there. Let's put on 45-minute. And yeah, it looks like it's just sort of stalling here. Volume is descending, so potential for a trend change right there. But just a reminder that if you guys like what you see, come and join me every morning. I do map out the list. Troy's been a long-time subscriber as well, so thank you, Troy, for that. And if you guys have any recommendations of something you'd like to see me add into the daily list, let me know. Looking at Bitcoin as well today, we have had that massive melt on Bitcoin. So let's look at that really quickly. We are melting away, and we could very easily hit that 25,000 level, right? Where we could see that this has space to move down to 26,559, 26,250, and then on down here, 25,353. If that breaks down, then it is going to be pretty ugly for Bitcoin holders and crypto space overall. All right. Thank you for watching. Have an amazing rest of your trading day. Carpe Profit, seize those profits one trade at a time. And reach out if you guys have questions. I am here to help.